Welcome to today's reading. This is Trinity Gaia Oracle. So this particular reading is around the song Ellie Goulding, Love Me Like You Do. And even a bit of the specific music video of the show. Say you haven't watched Grey's Anatomy, or not Grey's Anatomy. Why did that come through? That might be a sync for you guys. Maybe like set aside the concept of the movie and just look at the dynamics of the male and the female in the music video. Now, you can know that, it's from a movie of intense healing and incredible love. But the things that stand out about this song, and in particular what it's speaking to, and the images that they show you of both the female lead and the masculine lead, the female and male leads. It's the little things. The little things, the little moments, like when he's picking out his tie and everything is just so, and it's so him, it's so unique to him, and there's so much power in that choice of how he does every little thing. And her like whimsical vulnerability and incredible sharp intellect that he sees. She's like his chaos, but in all the beautiful ways. Everything about his world is so intentional, and she intentionally is whimsy. And he loves that because it connects him to his own innocence, that little boy in him. And she is just so besotted with him. She feels that he's larger than life, and as she gets to know him, she actually realizes that he is bigger than life. But she is too. And the two of them together, she can give him a part of herself she didn't know she had, and vice versa. In the music, the lyrics, what it speaks to, what they feel for one another is such a sharp, poignant, strong. Still waters run deep. Everyone else just sees the surface, but they know the depth of what's between them. And it makes their loyalty to one another, the protectiveness. I mean, not to the point of being controlling. That's not the protectiveness here. It's you have a right to be yourself. And I will champion that. I will not impose my wants of what you should be onto you. I will not be that person. What I will be is the one person who wants you to be yourself always. I don't, like, it's like I don't want you to wear a mask with me ever. Don't hide from me. I need to know that you know that. That kind of protectiveness. Because there are going to be times where anyone that you feel this intensely for will be learning from you just as you learn from them. And it's not learning how to be a better them, it's learning who they are, because they finally have the space to truly be themselves. And it's not only okay, it's desired that that be the way it is. that fierceness, that we don't have a word for it. Love is not a strong enough word for that. Partially because it feels like we use it so often and so liberally, so flippantly, that it's lost some of its meaning. It's similar to how we call things awesome, that are nowhere on the same scale as standing at the bottom of the pyramid in Giza, the Great Pyramid, and looking up at that. That has you in a state of awe. Saying something like, oh, this cake is awesome. It tastes good. In comparison to the Great Pyramid, that tastes good. That's not awesome. You know, like that kind of a watering down of the words and their impact and their meaning. We don't have a word that we can use that fully encompasses, because love has been used so liberally, frequently. Instead of like, I love this movie, it's I like this movie. You know, that kind of a thing. Just some examples that are definitely going to mean something to some individuals. There's a reason why I say these things. I may not know, but there's a reason. It's because it means something to someone. And it lets them know that they in particular have been singled out to be given a synchronicity just for them, because they need to know this message is for them in particular, because this message is telling you that it's both ways. Where the concept that anyone else would touch you other than them is offensive to you. It's an affront. It's repelling in every way. And it doesn't matter how nice they are, or how sweet, or how kind, or how much like they appear to need you. They're not your person. They're not this love to you. This individual. They can't even scratch it. They can't hold a candle to the flame that you have between you two. They want to have what you two have, but it's not possible for them to partake in that. It's only between you and this person. You understand one another's hurts, and you understand what makes one another feel like they can fly. Like they're a child and magic is real. And yet you keep that space for like a huge respect for who they have nurtured themselves to become. In every moment, you value who they are, the choices they make, the strength within them to keep themselves balanced, what they give to, what they know they don't let affect their life. They just don't tolerate it. And how they handle the things that they would not want in their life with such clear focus of intention to protect everything they do care about in their life from that one thing that they wish wasn't a part of their life, but is. And because they move in the way that they do, you know that that one thing does not control them, because they choose how they move. That intelligence that is driven by their heart. The focus in which that intelligence is used, and the intention to protect that they love, to give to the future that they desire to live with everything in them. And yet, they're also this playful little kid with you, only with you. You get to see that part of them. Only you can make that part of them feel safe enough to be present in that way with you. The concept of being able to breathe the same air is intimacy to you. To look in one another's eyes is intense. There's so much being communicated without words. I'm having a movie synchronicity. It's from, I'm hearing you guys laugh already. It's from Twilight. And it's when Edward and Bella go to, I believe it was California, so that her mom could meet him. And her mom makes this comment about how it's like they're gravitationally related to one another. When she moves, he moves. When he moves, she moves. Like, they're part of one being, like the spooky action at a distance kind of a thing. Like, but right before her, like they're twin stars that rotate around one another. They're gravitationally locked in to one another. Getting Sirius A and Sirius B. So Sirian may be something that's very poignant for some of you tuning in. Also, Orion's belt. Orion, some of the lore with that. It's two-sided how he was portrayed. Sometimes he was the hero, sometimes he was the villain. So how do you choose to view this? It could be that to other people, you are perceived in one way, but when you're with one another, and maybe there are some witnesses to the two of you more like comfortable, in a comfortable, casual environment where they see a totally different side of both of you because you're with one another, you're in the same space. The kind of love that you have for one another, being who you are, the beings that you are, the people that you are, I have a sense like you guys influence people without knowing how much influence you have. You carry weight. Your word is respected. They are inspired by witnessing what is going on between the two of you because it's contagious almost. It's like, how could you not be affected by something so beautiful between two very powerful, independent individuals that makes them more childlike, more innocent, more open, more at ease? That's the best way to put it. Yeah, okay, they finally got that. At ease. Meaning you're more approachable. You're easier to get to know when you're around one another, and that means more people can learn from you because they can approach you more. That's how secure you are in who you are as separate individuals that are choosing to be in this space. Because how could you resist that? How could you resist that? This isn't speaking to a concept of you're my person and they're like, no, I'm not, but you're totally obsessed. It's not I'm in a relationship with you, but you love me more than I love you, and it's a bit overwhelming. No, this is two very strong-willed individuals who know who they are and what they want. And that intimacy between the two of you is felt in that song. It's expressed fully within the experience of the song. It's almost as though hearing that song when you're at a specific point in your experience with this individual and in this journey of healing yourself, you almost fall more in love because it hits the nail on the head. Because it brings you to that space where you felt that and you still feel it. And you can't forget it. It's not something that leaves you. And believe me, there is going to be times where people try. It just reaffirms what is between the two of you and the strength of it. Because something like that, no matter what tries to separate the two of you, you'll always be entangled. Notice I said entangled, not enmeshed. It is choice that keeps you together, keeps you aware, keeps you present for one another. Even if all you're ever able to really give one another, because this is for some, is the companionship only. Meaning, you're their friend. They can always count on you to set aside selfish wants, needs, or desires and see the big picture when they need your help, when they need your insight, because you're their equal and they know it. It's choice. Enmeshment, that's another word for codependent. Any healthy relationship, including completely platonic friendships, should be in some state of interreliance. They don't need one another to exist, but they choose to keep giving to the connection between the two of them. Maybe it's your best friend, and there's never going to be a possibility of anything more because you're just not into them like that. In fact, like, it's like a thing where, like, if you are straight, they're the same sex. That friend, the person that neither one of you is thinking about that ever being a thing, that relationship with that friend is interreliant. You both consistently choose to be there for one another, but you don't need one another. That is present in this kind of a connection to a degree where there is a lot more than friendship present. But the foundation is that friendship. Come what may, that is the support beam of the house. That they can rely on for you to set aside your own perspective, your own wants, your own needs, your own desires, and give them your help, your perspective, your insight, answer their question because they need your viewpoint to fully understand something that's challenging them, to have all the advantages they can have. Because whatever it is, they know that you're their equal. For some of you turning in, this is a reaffirmation of what you're already experiencing. This is a validation that this is exactly where you're meant to be, and know that it is something that exists because it took two to create it. If you're questioning their feelings, don't. What you feel, they feel. That's why you feel it. It took two to create it. For some of you, this is what I want. But I need more. I need to understand more. I need words for what I feel so that I can put even more energy behind calling it in, behind creating the space for it in my life to exist. For others, this is you revisiting this connection. Both of you. And it's validation that you both are aware of it. And that you're both choosing it to be there. What the two of you decide to do with that is between the two of you. But know that the connection that exists between the two of you can impact a lot of lives in a lot of good ways. So all the positive forces that be, that exist, are going to help you remove every obstacle between the two of you in the best way possible to have the greatest positive impact. So go with the flow and trust them. Trust these forces to be guiding you and your person true. And this concludes this reading. The divine within me honors the divine within you. Namaste.